Hello my dear students. Here after the completion of the belt drive, under one power transmission system, that is a gear drives. So that gear drives means where actually that gear drive is used. When the distance between the two shafts is very small, again if we want to transmit more power and if we want to change the speed frequently, different variety of the speed if we want to change frequently, like for example, if you know in case of the four-wheelers and two-wheelers, there frequently we are changing the gears, means frequently we are changing the speed there. Then the distance between the two shafts, that crankshaft to somewhere where we want to transfer the power, that is very small, less than 10 meters, hardly it is 1 meter, 2 meters like that here now. In that cases, we cannot use the belt drive there. Why? Because belt drive is not a positive drive here, so somewhere more distance is there, then only we have to use that belt drive here now. So therefore, in that cases, just we will compare that belt drive with the gear drive here now. So this is that belt drive here, and this is the gear drive here now. That just we will compare these two, belt drive and the gear drive here. First one, as I have told, this is not a positive drive, and this is the positive drive. Means what? What is the meaning of this one now? The meaning is what here now? In case of the positive drive means both the gears, driver as well as follower, are engaging, means they are touched to each other. Like if this is the driver and this is the follower, see here, once the driver will start rotating in one direction, follower will start rotating in another direction. Means if it is a clockwise, it will becomes anti-clockwise here now. So driver and follower both are touched here, means what? Both are engaging here now. So surface to surface contact, but contact between these two may be line contact. Contact will be there between the follower and the driver. But whereas in case of the belt drive, there is no contact between driver and the follower. These two are connected by the belts here now. That's why this is not a positive drive. That gear drive is the positive drive here now. So next one, as I have told, the distance is very large. Here now, if it is more than 10 meter distance is there, then we can use the belt drive here now. But here, very small distances here now. Very small distances only gear drive we can apply. For if it is a distance is very large between the driver and follower, here in that cases the cost of transmission in case of the gear drive will be more here now. So intermediate, many number of gears has to be used to transmit when the distance is more. So therefore cost of transmission will be increases here now. So therefore, cost of transmission if I take, so definitely that will sort of more suitable, more distance is there, more suitable is the belt, and less suitable is the gear drive here. And third one is any direction. Direction means what? So for example, if this is a driver gear shaft and this is a follower gear shaft, these two are parallel each other. These two are parallel to each other, here like this or like this, parallel to each other, then we can transmit that power from driver to the follower. But whereas in case of the gear drive, if the shaft is parallel, also perpendicular, also making some angles like this, shafts are making some angles also, so then also that we can use the gear drive. That means this belt drive is suitable for the parallel axis of the shaft here now, parallel axis of shaft here now. It is any direction here now, any direction that the power can be transmitted in case of the gear drive here in this case. Next one, is there any cost of that design and production here now? So definitely the cost is very less here in case of the belt drive, as we are using belt and pulleys, but the cost is there in case of the gear drive, that cost is very high. Why it is cost is very high? In case of the gear drive, the number of teeth has to be cut. That the teeth surfaces has to be designed. Teeth profiles has to be designed. So material used for that gear is very high-end materials we are using here now. So therefore, the cost of design, cost of manufacturing is more in case of the gear drive, and it is less in case of the belt drive here in this case. And next one is, if you want to transmit the more power, so then which is suitable here now? So definitely more power and torque here. So more power we can transmit by the gear drive, and here we can transmit the less that power here now. Less power, less that power or that torque we can transmit in case of the belt drive here, not suitable for the more power transmission. That's why the gears are used in case of the vehicles, aeroplanes, ships. In many cases we are using that gears, where there we want to transmit the more power, and also in case of the cranes, and also we are using that gear drives here in this case. These are like some important things, the difference between that belt drive and the gear drive. In case of the belt drive, materials used is that is a balata and that cotton, all these are used. But here in this case, metals are there, usually metallic gears are there. Some are like plastic gears, some other gears are also used here in this case. This is about the difference between belt and gear drives. The next one is the types of the gears here. The types of these gears, one by one we will see these types of the gear. First, in case of the types of that gears here, first one is the spur gear here. Spur gear. The spur gear means what? The spur gear means when that the teeth made on that, the teeth are there, the teeth made on that periphery of that cylindrical cylinder here, that teeth are parallel to the axis of the shaft. Then they are called as the spur gear. How diagrammatically we can show here now? If this is the driver here, in this case, and this is the shaft of the driver here, in this case this is the shaft of the driver, and this is the axis here. So these are the number of teeth here. Yes, these are the number of teeth here. These teeth are parallel to the axis of the shaft. This is the axis of the shaft here now. So it is engaging with, if this is the driver here, D is the driver, and this is the follower here now. For example, we can take this is a follower here now. This is the number of teeth are there. They are parallel to the axis. This is a follower here now. So in these cases, this kind of the gears are called as the spur gear. So the spur gears very easily manufacturing this one, because that teeth profile it is there, not that much of complicate in case of the spur gear here. So next here now, next one is the helical gear. So next second type is the helical gear here. Helical, that is a gear here. In case of the helical gear, teeth are not parallel to the axis of the shaft. They are making some angle with the shaft. How this one we can show here now? So see here, this is the one gear. This is the shaft of this gear, and this is the axis of this shaft here now. The teeth are like this here. Teeth are making some angle here. So see here, the angle here now. These are making some angle with the axis of the shaft here now. Here, this angle is called as the helix angle, alpha or pi, like that here now. It is called the helix angle here now. Why to make this teeth is slanted or making angle here now? It is very important here now. If the teeth are straight like spur, it will be a line contact or a point contact between the driver and follower, like this here. Between this, the contact is there here. Here is the contact between the two teeth is there. This teeth contact is there, line contact or a point contact. But whereas in case of this helical gear, the engagement making this slant that the teeth here now, more surface contact will be takes place, then more power transmission will be taking place here. So therefore, another one engagement is there for the follower here now. This is if this is the follower here now, this is the axis of the follower. Like this is the gears, how gears are that are taken here now. These are called as the helical gear here now. The next, in case of the spur gear and helical gear, the difference is that is the teeth, slanted teeth in the helical gear, the straight teeth in case of the spur gear here now. But the both the axes of the shafts are parallel to each other here now. So next one is coming here now. Next is that is called as the bevel gear here now. Third one is called as the bevel gear here. So bevel gear is what here? Bevel gear, the main important of the bevel gear is axes of the driver and follower are not parallel here now. They are making some angle here. How this one? Bevel gear is somewhat it is looking like here now. So this is a bevel gear here. Yes. This is the axis of this bevel gear here now. This is the axis of this shaft here now. So this is the bevel gear teeth are there. Slanted teeth are there here now. Yes. This is a bevel gear. And then next one is this is the driver here and follower is like this. Here. This is the axis of the follower. Axis of the follower here now. This is the axis of this follower here now. These are the teeth on this follower here. Like this here. So axes are perpendicular here now, 90 degree. See, this is the very beauty of this gear here now. In case of the belt drive, axis is parallel. In case of the spur and helical gear, axis is parallel. But in case of bevel gear, axis of the driver and follower are 90 degree here now. That is the beauty of this bevel gear here now. We can transmit the power when the axis of the shaft are perpendicular. It makes some angle here now. If this angle is less than that 90 degree here now, they are called as the acute bevel gears. Acute bevel gears. If this angle is greater than that 90 degrees there, then it is called as the obtuse bevel gear here now. They are called as the obtuse bevel gear. This is about the bevel gear here now. Next one will comes here now. That is called as the worm gear here. Fourth one is called as the worm gear here now. Worm means what? Worm means it is an insect here now. Worm means insect. Till up to this bevel gear, the teeth are in a straight line. May be making some angle, may not be making in case of the spur gear. But in case of the worm gear, teeth are not a straight line. They are curved in nature. How this one? In case of this one, no? So this is the about the worm gear here now. This is worm is there here. On this teeth are there here now. Teeth are like this, curved shape. Here, this is the shaft, the axis. This is the axis here now, and it is rotating like this. If it is a driver here now, driver teeth, it is rotating here now. So by making the teeth curve here, more torque can be transmitted because more contact surface area is there here now. So next, it can be engaged with the under one that gear here. This is under one. Maybe it is a spur gear or something here now. So therefore, it is rotating here like this. See here, 90 degree. It is rotating. It is like this. It is rotating. This one now driver. If it is taken as the driver, and it is rotating. This gear is rotating. Follower is rotating like this here. Follower is rotating. This follower is rotating like this here. And this driver is rotating like this here. Driver is rotating like this here. Follower is rotating like this here. So therefore, see here now, this is the called as the worm gear here. This is looks like a worm. That's why it is called as the worm gear here in this case. Next one, that is fifth one is that is the rack and pinion here. Fifth one is called as the rack and that is a pinion gear here. Rack and pinion means mainly here it may be the spur gear like this, it is a spur gear here, here now, and it is a rotation motion. It is a rotating here now. If we want to convert a rotary motion into a linear motion or a reciprocatory motion or line motion, then that rack and pinion has been used here now. So this is called as the pinion usually, and rack means it is the teeth are there. Number of teeth are made here now like this here. So this is the teeth are made like this here. So what happens when this will rotates here now? It will reciprocates here. It will reciprocates on this teeth. Here this is also having a teeth, it will engage on this and it will reciprocate. This rotary motion can be converted into a reciprocatory motion, or else in a reverse also possible. Reverse means this reciprocatory motion, if it is a driver and if it is a follower, reciprocatory motion can be converted into rotary motion. Vice versa, it is possible here. So that kind of arrangement of the gear is called as the rack and pinion that gear arrangement. Now I will stop here. You will see in the next video lecture, next continued part of this gear drive. Thank you very much.